What's up, Ravens fans? I'm Cassie Calvert, and today I am joined by Miles Boykin, who's going to be taking your questions, so start commenting them below. All right, Miles, you had your first NFL game, true NFL game, regular season last week. What were your emotions like heading into that game?
Really excited, but that kind of died down once I saw how hot it was. I was trying to contain all my energy that I had. That might have been the hottest game I've ever played in, but it was awesome regardless.
It was really cool. I think that there were so many Ravens fans there, especially with so many young guys making their debuts. Could you hear the fans in the crowd there?
Absolutely. From the moment we ran onto the field, before kickoff, it was noticeably louder than what it should be at an opponent's stadium. So from that standpoint, it was awesome seeing the Ravens flock.
So you go out and immediately you have a touchdown. Could you have asked for anything better in your NFL debut? Not that many guys can say in their first career game they get in the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely not. That was obviously a highlight of the game, but for me, just winning was the most important thing. I got my first NFL win, and now I'm looking forward for the rest of the season.
So you said that you'll have some family in town this weekend for the home debut. What is this game going to be like, getting to play in front of the Ravens fans at your home stadium?
It's going to be a new experience for me. Obviously each step that you make, you have a new home, and this is my new home. So for me, I'm just excited to see the fans out there, and hopefully be able to go out there and just make them happy and make them proud that they came to the game.
That's awesome. Remember, fans, you can be commenting your questions for Miles. He's going to be answering your questions directly. All right, so when you look at the NFL schedule for this season, is there any game that is particularly exciting for you? Any certain opponent, maybe a team you grew up watching?
No, because we're not playing Chicago. I want to play Chicago,
okay.
but Pittsburgh, I think maybe, because of the rivalry. Everybody talks about it and how crazy those games are. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I think Coach Harbaugh always says that you're not a true Raven until you win in Pittsburgh. So you got to earn that one.
Okay, I agree with that.
All right, Dre wants to know what your pregame necessity is for you.
Nap. I got to take a nap before every game.
Even a 1 p.m. game?
Doesn't matter. I got to take a nap before every game.
So do you wake up earlier just so you can have time for a nap?
No. So I always take the early bus over to the stadium, and then I sleep on the way to the stadium.
Okay, so that counts as your nap. All right, interesting. Good to know. Tyler wants to know how the atmosphere is different coming from Notre Dame's or the college environment to the NFL.
Yeah, I think NFL fans are a lot louder than what college was, especially at Notre Dame. A lot of Notre Dame fans we're reserved, so it's not as loud. We always sell out, but it's never as loud as it should be. But now that we're in the NFL, I remember going out there for just a stadium practice, and it was louder than what Notre Dame is during the game. So, it's a lot louder. I think that's the difference.
Really cool. Wes asked, let's see, what your favorite seafood is since being in Baltimore.
Seafood. I tried crabs for the first time in Baltimore. It's not my favorite food. Rockfish is pretty good in Baltimore.
Okay. You did the cracking the crabs and everything, or crab cakes?
No, not crab cakes. I did cracking the crab.
Okay.
Trace actually had to help me open. Trace taught me how to open a crab. So.
It's good to have someone local here teach you. I was the same thing when I moved here. It's definitely a learning curve there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Anthony asked what your favorite route is.
My favorite route? Oh, that's a good one. I'd probably say a bang post. That's probably my favorite route.
Okay. And we have Wes wants to know how you got so wide open on that touchdown.
It was a scramble drill. The corner had his eyes in the wrong area, and I just made a move back towards Lamar, and he made a great throw.
And you took advantage of it. That's awesome. A lot of people have talked about what it's like playing with Lamar. For you as a wide receiver, what does his kind of abilities there make happen for you?
He's instinctive. He threw that ball before I even made my move over there. So I think one of the biggest things is how smart of a quarterback Lamar is and how instinctive he is. He does things that, it just comes second nature to him, where other people work their whole lives to try to do things like that.
It's really exciting. Makes it exciting to watch,
Exactly,
for sure.
Yeah.
Nick asked who your favorite current player is in the NFL.
Favorite current player? Myself. It was Calvin Johnson before that, but he retired.
Okay.
So now I just say myself.
So when you were so you said Calvin when you were growing up. Is there anyone who specifically you like to watch to kind of model your game after?
It was Calvin, but now no. I mean, I like watching the NFL just as a fan now. I still try to learn things from the best receivers in the game, but for me, it's more of a kind of just watching and seeing what I can take from each person to try to, make what works for me and use that in my game.
So actually a good follow-up question from Frito here. He wants to know if there's anyone you would kind of compare your skill set to. Would you say Calvin then?
Calvin, yeah, if I had to pick one receiver, yeah, definitely Calvin.
Very cool. Timothy asked, I like this question. Who has the biggest influence on you in your life?
In my life, I would say my mother. She was the one who really drove me all around the country, taking me to different colleges, and she was always at like my football camps. And shoot, I can't remember the last time she missed a game, even in college. And we traveled all over the place. I think we played in California twice, New York, and she goes everywhere. Obviously, she was in Miami. She's coming up to Baltimore the second game. She's everywhere. She's always there for me, and I love her.
That's really special. Does she have she have your New Jersey and everything?
Of course she does. She got mad at me actually because I went to go order her jersey. And it wasn't it was sold out in her size, so she got mad at me because I didn't order it sooner.
You didn't jump on it quick
enough. I was not supposed to know
you
it was
gotta
going to sell
just
out.
give her one. You're going on the team. You are going on the team shop and ordering your mom an NFL jersey.
Yeah,
that's awesome. All right, let's see. Jacob wants to know. Do you have any touchdown celebration for your second career touchdown?
No, I don't. I got to think of something. Yeah, the guys are kind of getting on me for not having something planned. But hey, I'll be ready next time. That's all I'll say. I'll be ready next time.
I think a lot of guys say the first time they get in the end zone, they kind of black out.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah.
All the emotions overcome you. Nathan wants to know what the biggest learning curve is transitioning from college to the NFL.
Timing. You realize at this level, it's all about timing. The routes that you run, the amount of steps you have to take, the yardage that you have to be at, it's all about timing. Especially when they bring blitz or something like that. Sometimes you got to kind of hurry it up because, Lamar needs to get the ball out. But yeah, I'd say the timing for me.
Interesting. Willie wants to know what corner you want to match up with most.
What corner? I wanted to go up against Jalen Ramsey. I kind of did that in the preseason. Still would love another chance to go up against him. I just think that his technique is fantastic. He's a sound corner. He's one of the best in the league, and just someone I can work my craft against.
And he's definitely someone who likes to talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's going to try to get in your head the whole time. Josh asks, is there some advice you'd give for a young wide receiver playing their first year of high school football?
Yeah. Don't get wrapped up in statistics, especially when you're that young. The small things matter. Blocking on the perimeter, running the right route, knowing what you have to do each and every play, learning the scheme. I wouldn't get wrapped up in statistics, especially when I'm that young.
That's interesting. So, and I know when you were in high school, you were obviously a really strong athlete, and there was talk of you playing different positions. What do you think when guys are asked to kind of do that?
I would do it. I mean, it can only help you in the long run. That's something I didn't realize until I got here. I mean, especially when no matter what you did in college, you're asking to play special teams, and on special teams, you're a football player. You don't have a position. You'll be blocking linebackers one play, or corners the next play, or trying to make a tackle the next play. So it doesn't really matter. So for me, learning is learning. No matter how you can do it, no matter where you do it, it'll be crucial down the road.
I always think about Taysom Hill in New Orleans. He's what position do you play?
Perfect.
Football.
Yeah, he plays football.
You're just versatile, yeah. Margaret asked who the best prankster is on the team.
The best prankster? Oh, I haven't seen any pranks done yet. If I had to take a guess, I'd probably say Judon. I think he'll probably play some pranks on some people that I haven't seen yet.
Or Chris Wormley, he did the
packing
peanuts. That's a fan favorite for sure. All right, we'll take one more question. David asked what your expectations are going against Arizona with the return of Sizzle coming home. Obviously, you didn't get to play with Terrell Suggs here, but I know it's something that's been talked about a lot this week.
To win. I mean, that's my expectation every time I step on the field. Obviously, I'm excited. My perspective is a lot different from these vets. My number one goal is to go out there and do whatever it takes to help this team get a win. Whatever my role is doing that. That's what I plan on doing.
As a wide receiver, it would be cool for you to see Larry Fitzgerald out there.
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. He's always fun to watch for sure, except for when we're playing.
Let's hope he's not fun. Hope he's not fun to watch.
All right, before we sign off, any message you want to give to the Ravens fans?
Thank you for tuning in, and go Ravens.
Perfect. We'll see you guys on Sunday. Thanks, guys.